It's Activate Core Virtual Book Tour 2025 right here on HGG Radio. Stay tuned.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome inside the Optimal You right here on Higher Ground Gospel Radio. And you know that we're all about wellness of the mind, the body, and the spirit. Now it's conversation time. Not my fault. All right, so let me go again. In this special interview segment, we are partnering with Activate Core Virtual Book Tour to spotlight incredible authors whose works inspire growth, healing, and purpose. These writers don't just tell us a story. No, they share insights that empower us to live more intentionally and wholeheartedly. So, whether you're tuning in today for motivation, transformation, or a deeper dive into a powerful and more purposeful living, you're in the right place. So, get ready to meet the minds behind the books or the pages rather, and discover what it means to live optimally, to be the optimal you. Now, today I have a guest. No, I'm not going to introduce the guest. I'm going to allow her to come and tell us who she is and tell us about herself and maybe some juicy details that we don't know. Maybe she'll tell us a thing or two. But she's going to talk to us today. You know what we have is a conversation. So without further ado, let's jump in the thick of things. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Lady Renee. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. How are you?
I am blessed to be here. Thank you.
So what's your name? Where do you live? What kind of career are you into? Tell us about yourself.
Okay, so I am Nicolette Jackson and I am a licensed practical nurse for over 13 years, over 10 years. And I would say to persons that this profession, I did not choose it, but the Spirit of the living God, my God, chose me to serve and to be a blessing to others. I am also a proud mother of one, but I would say of many, but one biologically. And I have recently started blogging on the Medium platform. I am on Facebook just the same. And I love the Lord with all my heart. At some stages, friends would say to me, I don't like talking to you, because you include God in everything and God is sovereign. Everything you mix up God into, but that's me.
Right.
That's me. I really appreciate him in my life. And had it not been for him, I wouldn't even been speaking to Radio Land, speaking to YouTube, speaking to you, Renee. So I am giving God all the glory and all the honor, all the praise. The book, Look, is my first book, and I am happy to give back to the children.
But tell me, you didn't tell us where you live. Where you live in Miami, Florida, Africa?
No, I'm sorry. I am living in Jamaica.
Oh, you're a Jamaican, true to the roots. All right. So let me ask you, let's just jump right into the thick of things because we're having some serious issues going on with the internet. I don't know what's going on, but let's get into a
Okay.
conversation. So you wrote the book, Look. What inspired you and how did the idea of turning a hair washing experience, which is quite strange, a hair washing experience into an
Very
adventure?
strange.
Talk about it. How did
Very
that come about?
strange, Renee. I had no intention of writing at that point. I was in the process of washing the spirited little girl's hair that I was caring for at the
Mhm.
moment. Her mom had initially said that she hates having her hair done, nothing to do with the hair. However, it was a part of my role to get her to wash her hair. And this particular day, I said to her, Carmen, we're going to wash your hair today. So my characters are real. And she ran away screaming, no, 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 I don't want my hair washed. And at that time, some parents realistically and caregivers, they would actually become upset focusing on the many chores or other activities that they have to do, to incorporate in their day's activities. But at that point in time, that moment in time, I had to be trying different things, coaxing her, talking to her. And right there at that time, that moment, the Holy Spirit inspired me to, Carmen, let us sing a song. Let us play a game. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to tell me what you're seeing. You know, and it didn't happen spontaneously, it didn't happen just right away. I had to be, holding her closely in my arms and just reassuring her that it would have been okay.
So it
From a
actually came
place,
from a real experience.
it is from a real experience, Renee. It's from a real
Mm.
experience.
The
You
story
know, I
address. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, go ahead, Renee.
No man, it's your interview. Not tell me what you're going to say. I want to
No,
hear. I'm
no,
interested.
know that I am here at the time when I penned Look. As I said, I had nothing in mind about writing. But as we go through the process of the whole situation, the song was spontaneous, everything was just spontaneous, and it just dawned on me. The Holy Spirit just inspired me that this could be a little children's book, a lovely children's book that we can introduce. It may look simple, but the impact of it. How do we use force? Do we use force to get the child to comply? No, that is only going to make them more anxious, more fearful, more rebellious. So
But
here I would,
But hold on, let me cut you because I don't want you going to my other things, But let me ask the storybook. It addresses a common fear in children, like getting
yes.
water in their faces. Why
Mhm.
was it important for you to write a book that tackles this issue? Because I mean, water in your face. Come on.
That's that's the point I was just getting to, Renee. That at
Mm,
the time when I wrote the book, I wasn't focusing on me. I didn't realize that I too had these experiences. I too had these challenges. It was after publishing the book. And I said, but wow, I'm heading on the tours. And I said, my God, I too experienced these challenges. I was fearful. It's like gasping for breath,
yeah.
stuff like this. The, as adults, we do not think how the child is going to respond. For some children, they welcome the flow of rushing water down their faces. For some, just to have the water flowing through their hair, it's a challenge. So going through at that time, getting out of the bath, it was just a magical spiritual moment for me, just realizing what the Holy Spirit had just allowed us to accomplish. She
Mm,
bought into the whole game of looking into the sky. Tell me something lovely. Timothy said, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are true, think on these things.
mm.
So that incorporated in that moment for me. And coming out of the whole process, I was just bubbling over with the song, and I just went ahead and we flow from there.
I wrote a book about imagination, and I
Yes.
and I want to ask you the question.
Mhm.
What role does imagination play in the story? And how do you think that it helps children to cope with everyday fears?
Renee, study proves that 1 out of 8 child experience significant anxiety and fear. As
Mm,
adults, we do experience anxiety and fear, even being fearful of the things that are not even yet present, but just from the mind's perspective, we assume. So now introducing a song, assisting them, encouraging them to focus on wonderful things, lovely things, joyful things. It calms the fear and it helps them to relax. It helps them to understand that you, as the adult or the person who is there with them, you
mhm,
are reassuring them that it is okay, that they can cross over, they can maneuver, they can achieve the task, they can do the task that is set before them. And the imagination help them to travel places in their mind, Renee. We have not been to, for example, Africa. We have not been to Cuba. We have not been to so many places, but via books, via a
mhm.
movie, watching, reading. Then we start to imagine ourselves there interacting with the lions, swimming with the dolphins. You know, the
Oh,
mind is powerful.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
believe if we tap into it, understand that we will at times come up with these cases and these scenarios, we have to display kindness and understanding.
And the truth is, as Caribbean parents, we're rough.
Very, very,
We're rough,
Renee,
man.
very,
We are rough. The child not coming in. Let me
very.
give you two slaps. Listen.
Yes,
So you're saying to me that I don't need to give the child two slaps. I just need to coerce them in a loving way.
yes. Hug them, reassure them, let them understand that this is this situation that it is a part of life, it's a part of the process that is necessary. Because
Mm.
I wish I had that too. But when individuals don't really understand the situation, then they are going to do the opposite. They are
We don't
going
have
to
to tell
do
them they're nasty and they don't like to get their hair done. We don't do those things.
exactly,
Must be
exactly.
nice. I'll write that down when I have grandchildren. My daughter is grown. But
Really, I hope you
let
do.
me
It will
let
be
me ask
fun.
you. Let me ask you. Every author has an experience when it comes to preparing their book and going through the process of, preparing their books for sale. Can you tell
Wow.
us about the creative process behind the book, also the writing, illustrating, and publishing? And then what did that journey look like for you? When you think about the whole thing, what did it look like? Was it challenging? Was it easy? Was it exciting? What was it?
Renee, it was all of the above and more. You know,
Mm,
sometimes I pray and I say, Lord, blow my mind. But when the mind blowing
what you ask for love?
when the mind blowing situation comes, you wonder, you know, as I said, when I came from the bath and the whole process of washing the hair, I was just bubbling over. I'm starting from there. I was just bubbling over to pen it. I didn't even have a book. I just got 3 sheets of paper I can remember, blank sheets, and I fold them in two, staple them, and I use a pencil, not even a pen, a pencil to that paper. And Renee, I had it there mulling over because I said, it's persons are going to say it's just a simple book. It doesn't make sense. The doubts start to whisper in the ear. Anyway, I held on to it because initially I had no idea, no intention of writing. However, I was forcefully, unintentionally, forcefully invited to a fasting service. Actually, I was doing classes, and my classmates, evening classes, my classmates invited me to their prayer service, to their church service. And I said, no, I'm going home. And week after week, they would invited me, and I would not go. And this particular night, they took up my bag. As soon as I packed my books, they grabbed my belongings and straight to church. And I was there fussing and fuming. I did not want to go. But they didn't take my things, so I had no other choice but to go to the church to get my stuff. And when I went there, the man of God prophesied in my life. He said, I see you writing. So I had that mulling around, playing around in my mind, not taking it serious until I ended up starting 3 drafts, got destroyed. So now I am here with this child. So now you see where that transition comes out of the bath and it's just bubbling in my spirit. I'm just singing the song, look high in the sky. And it's just bubbling over. And I got the 3 sheets of paper, penned it. Now I had it over a period of time, holding it dear to my heart, not sure where I'm going to get the money from to publish, who to approach, no computer to do my work. And I just floated through the whole situation. However, a minister was a part of Activate Core. I'm a part of their online group, the Holy Spirit Healing Ministry. I joined their group online, and she was a part of Activate Core. So she would invite us to come and view the programs, her interviews and stuff like that. And I said, Lord, one day I will be a part of this book tour. I joined Jennifer Richards' Activate Core group with their writers blog and stuff like that. And she said to me, Nicolette, why not try? And my eyes popped open. My mouth was down to the ground. And I said, little me, she said, listen, when God opened the door, step right in. Renee, I had, before I got to Renee, to Jennifer, sorry, I was going through a very hard, difficult, dark period in 23. And I cried out to God. I said, God, I need a pick me up. I need something to reassure me that it is going to be okay, that you are still here with me, that there is hope. And right there and then, I am reminded about the book that I have stored somewhere in a corner. And I said, Lord, where do I go? How do I go about this? And I remember another wonderful minister. She also published and was a part of your group. I contacted her and she said to me, I am going to instruct you. I'm going to give you a number for Reverend Morrison. He's in Florida. And she said, make sure you're ready, because he works very fast. At the time I said yes, but I don't even have the slightest idea what ready is all about, what ready looks like ready. I was just stepping out on the grace of God. And when I contacted him, he said, forward me the information. Renee, I am speaking to you right now and I'm having chills. When I contacted the Reverend and we were in communication in dialect, in less than no time, he said, here is your work. Here is your book. And I was in total awe. I said, sir, I don't even have the cash to take care of my obligation. I didn't plan for it to be that swift.
So quick.
Renee, he said to me, here is my details. When you are ready to honor your obligation, let me know. Some unexpected funds came through my sister. She said to me, I have something for you. I have an envelope for you. I said, what? And she handed me the envelope. I said, what is this for? She said, open it, because we were in a partner draw. And when I opened it, Renee, I realized that the cash came. It needed just a few more dollars to bring it, to take it to the amount I needed at the time to pay for the publishing of the book. I just broke down in tears. I broke down in tears because I said, look at God, look at the Holy Spirit. He is telling me, he's reassuring me that he got me, that he is in this. No matter how it may seem, this is his doing and it is marvelous.
Yeah.
So that
I
is,
don't want. So
yeah.
so as you say, God has been faithful. God has really made a way for you. But let me ask you this: when you were putting the book together and doing all that you were doing,
Mhm.
did you find that you went to parents or other persons to ask them, get some feedback as to, do you think these books are, good? Do you think these will work with your children? Did you do that?
No, but actually I got some feedback from the child's parents, not
Mhm.
knowing that I was writing about their child. It was after it's after I got their feedback. Then I told them and asked for their permission to go ahead, and they gave me their blessing. They were happy about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice,
And
nice,
since it
nice.
has been published, since it has been published, I've gotten good reviews on Amazon. One individual said it allows children to travel places in their mind, and that is definitely
Beautiful,
so true.
beautiful. How do you hope that look is used in homes or classrooms? And are there any activities or discussions you would encourage around the book?
Yes, in last month, ending of last month, I hosted a webinar, Look at the Imagination, the Power of the Imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And it speaks to how we as in the past, as you have mentioned before, we can be harsh, we can be rough,
Yeah.
with children when they do not comply with our wishes or, to complete their activities. We need to take a step back, and to try to figure out where are their emotions at the moment. And the imagination, it does create distraction. It boosts creativity and allow them to think unpleasant things. It's hard, it's challenging not to be anxious at times, even as adults, much less our children. So hence, we need to take a step back and invite the atmosphere of kindness and understanding, when we
Mhm.
are in this arena.
Yeah, true. That's true. Am I right that you have edited other books in different genres before? Am
This
I
is
right to
my
say that?
first book, Renee, my first book.
Mm, first book. This is interesting.
But I
And I can
hope
see that
I
you're
hope
excited.
it will not be the last.
You well, right? That's what writing does. Writing has something about it. If you do
Yes,
one and you find that everything else you see is a story.
yes,
So
it is.
every other thing you see is a story, and you always have your pen and paper ready. So, but let me ask you now. So you said you've gotten some reviews on Amazon. Some persons have said some things, and which I'm sure has encouraged you and
Mhm.
motivated you. Is there any one comment that you consider quite memorable that has been etched in your mind? Is there
That's
has anybody said anything to you about your book that really, it is just in your thoughts?
that specific one that it allows them to travel places in their mind and create a
Mm,
very peaceful experience, a reassuring experience for them to understand that they are not alone. This may be challenging, but they can overcome, they can go through, you know.
Do you
And
think you? Yeah, go ahead.
as Timothy said, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are true, as small as our children are, we need to implement that to remind them that God is able. As a portion of the book says, who created all these beautiful things? It is
Mm,
God. So whatever our situation, we need to remind them that God is right there with them in every situation. And when they call upon him, when they speak to him, when they think of him, when they invite him in their situation, he is able to calm the fears, calm the situation.
Let me ask you this question, because this is your first book and it has its exciting parts and it has its, do you plan on writing a book, a corresponding book to Look, or do you think that you would just write any other book? Do you think you'd write something connecting to Look, or you're thinking you'd want to write something else?
Yes, Lady Renee, I am thinking of a part two, hopefully, and also other children books.
Wonderful, wonderful. We need more Christian authors around. We do. But welcome in advance to the club.
Oh Lord, thank you, thank you.
Let me ask.
Thank the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, listen, he's the key, He's the key.
Believe me,
Okay,
I am sitting with the
don't do
Holy
anything
Spirit.
without him.
No.
What advice would you give to somebody who is aspiring to be an author and they want to write stories that are both fun and
Mhm.
meaningful for children? What advice would you give to that person?
I would
Statement.
say yes. I would encourage an author to don't be shy. Write down what you're thinking, feel the emotions, speak with that child, sit and observe that child. You know, it
Mhm.
is amazing because children do say the darnest things and they do the wildest things. So
Yeah.
it is fun just to even read to them and to watch their behavior pattern, their emotions, how they react to the situation. When you ask them questions, how do they think? It makes a difference.
If look could spark rather one change in how parents handle bath time or hair care routines, what would you want that change to be?
Lady Renee, I would love that change to be discussion, not
Hmm.
force, not a command. We tend to give a command, and it's no discussion, not how you're feeling, not how you're thinking. I would hope that going from here, we would weigh the child's emotions. We will harness discussion.
Consider them, eh?
Yes, for me as a nurse, before I do a procedure with a patient, I have to tell them it's protocol. I am going to take up your arm and I'm going to apply this to your arm. This is the reaction that you may have. Don't be alarmed. It will be okay. I'm right here with you. Do you have a question? It's the same application. We
Uh,
tend to think that children do not and should not speak up and should be quiet and just go with the flow.
no, they're not humans.
No, they're robots.
Yeah, they're not humans and they have no emotions.
No emotions.
Oh, it is so unfair. This is
Mm,
your book. This is
yes.
your book. And
Wow.
it is available where?
It is available on the Amazon platform.
All right.
Or I can be contacted at
Mhm.
jackson247nicole@gmail.com.
All right. Repeat that for us.
Okay, my book can be purchased at the Amazon platform, or you can contact me via email at
Mhm.
jackson247nicole@gmail.com. I
All
am
right.
on Facebook as
Mhm.
Nicolette Jackson, as well as Instagram.
Beautiful, beautiful. I shall be following. It's been great talking to you, Miss Jackson. And we look forward to hearing more things, good things about your look. And I
Wow,
hope
look.
that also that persons who will be viewing this, they
Mhm.
will be inspired, and people with children, teachers, whomever, that
Yes,
we will
yes,
take time to see what
yes,
this book is about and to purchase it. Yeah. And
yes,
if you're in
yes.
Jamaica, just contact her via email and she will reach out to you. It's been wonderful talking to you, Miss
It
Jackson.
has been a pleasure, Lady Renee, and I just want to say, even today, my book was being read in the Early Childhood Commission area in Jamaica. So I am blessed and I'm giving God all
Wonderful.
the glory for that.
You
All
should,
the
that
glory for
beautiful,
that.
beautiful. It's only God. Hmm.
Only Him,
We give
only
God
Him.
thanks. Keep going, and we look forward to hearing greater things
Thank
from you.
thank you, and I crave your prayers too. Thank you.
Indeed. Take care. Bye.
Bless you, bless you.
Wonderful conversation, people. Listen, you need to go and look for look. Okay? You need to go and look for look on Amazon and send your email. And children, listen, children are humans. Yeah? Treat them like humans. They have feelings too. They have concerns and they get troubled too and feel stressed too. Look is a book that speaks to that. Get your copy, and it's time for me to go. Thank you so much for logging on to our YouTube segment. And I trust that you enjoyed this conversation. And we look forward to doing more conversations like these. And as we continue to look at living a holistic life. God bless you. I am your life coach and host, Minister Renee, saying take care and bye bye.
It's Activate Core Virtual Book Tour 2025 right here on HGG Radio. Stay tuned.